What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Shay Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Shay Means has started a fundraiser to get a retainer for legal counsel to protect her against people who she says is trolling her, people who are threatening her life. She says that her income is now at stake, and this has to do with her appearance with Fresh and Fit and obviously Tommy Sotomayor. All right. And this GoFundMe has raised less than $300, but this is what she's trying to do now. And the name of her GoFundMe says Online Smear Campaign and Malicious Legal Action. Now, leaving out my personal feelings towards Tommy and Fresh and Fit, I want to read the first paragraph, just with what I saw on the video, and you guys have seen it. If I'm wrong, correct me in the comments, okay? Because you guys know that I did sort of enjoy, seeing them go back and forth. I'm not gonna lie, I am a Negro, all right? But let's just read what she says and what she's trying to get accomplished in this GoFundMe, and let's see if this is actually true, all right? Sad music. I am the dark-skinned woman who was verbally and physically abused by a very well-known YouTuber and social media influencer who goes by the name of Tommy Sotomayor. Stop the show. Why do you need to be able to say that you are the dark-skinned woman? This is basically you trying to get sympathy from people to give you money. That's what it is. You're really not dark-skinned from what I can see. I'm dark-skinned. You are more like brown-skinned, dark brown skin. But again, anything to let's get some free money here. So let's just say I'm a dark-skinned black woman so that, people can feel sorry for you. Got it. He has a history of bashing and baiting dark-skinned women for over 11 years online. He has a huge following who supports him in his trolling tactics of dark-skinned black women and his abusive misogynistic rhetoric towards women in general. He has been filmed numerous times getting into heated physical and verbal altercations with women in particular. Now, stop the show. Although that is very true, that doesn't really have anything to do with this online smear campaign in malicious and legal action, which you're saying that you were physically abused by him, which we did not see that. That's a blatant lie. I'm just gonna be real. The man didn't hit you, you hit him first. Okay? That's exactly what it was. Okay. Although he has been known to back down the men, his disdain for women and dark-skinned people like himself has pioneered his mega media empire. This was not known to me when I was invited to be a guest on the Fresh and Fit podcast. Combined, these two male-driven podcasts stream to millions of viewers on YouTube weekly. Unbeknownst to me, I was set up to be triggered in response to a group of men who wanted to gang up on me to prove that dark-skinned women are more aggressive than other women. Now, stop the show. This is what I tell, I mentioned this even to Myron on the phone. Like, you give these girls alcohol and then you put them in the room with somebody controversial like Tommy Sotomayor. What do you expect to happen? Like, did you expect there to be, just joy and joy and joy? At any given time, it's going to pop off. All right. Now, they are known to have a reputation of triangulating women and taking sides with unfair social and financial incentives for the women. They prey on young women who are impressionable in order to trigger them to create salacious content. Now, here's what I want to know about this particular situation. You've been on Fresh and Fit. It wasn't your first time on there. If that was your first time on there and you didn't know about that, I would understand it. But you knew very well what Fresh and Fit does. It's quite obvious because you were on there yourself, I believe, at least once or twice before. So you already knew what the get down was. You knew that they give people liquor. You watched their podcast. I'm sure you heard about what happened with Asian Doll. You saw them on Brittany Renner. So you already knew. You went to Fresh and Fit for the reasons that everybody else does, for clout. You wanted to get your name out there and you wanted to go ahead and build a following. That's what you wanted to do. Now with Tommy, now you said you didn't know he was going to be there. True. But you do know how Tommy felt about black women. You asked him about that, and you had the opportunity to solve that issue with him offline. And this is coming from a person who doesn't like Tommy. All right. He gave you the opportunity. You didn't take it. So now you want to act like you are a victim. Now there are some mistakes that I have clearly pointed out about the Fresh and Fit podcast, that I've clearly pointed out about Tommy Sotomayor. This mistake with him tends to be more constitutive in his behavior. However, that does not take away that you also played an active role in fucking up the show. Okay? Stop trying to act like you were just perfect here. She also says this: I was ambushed by misogynists and self-hating men for the expectations and views. This has made me restless, and I am so embarrassed that I had to fight off a large man live online for the world to see. Let's just be real. Fight off? That man was sitting down, okay, when you were over him, and then you hit him. All right, that man didn't even get a chance to touch you because he was detained by Myron. He was restrained, rather, okay? So stop acting as if, he was the aggressor towards you and trying to attack you when that wasn't the case. Clearly that wasn't the case, all right? And he said that Tommy Sotomayor has been going on a media blitz and smear campaign on countless major independent media platforms to talk down on yourself as other women who look like me since this incident has occurred. I don't know about him talking about other women, but I have seen you go to other platforms talking about you were assaulted on Tasha K, which is not true. Now, is he going around lying on you? Probably so. Tommy. Probably so. It's probably accurate, but I haven't seen it, to be fair to him. I haven't seen it. And you guys know it's hard for me to actually call this down the middle today. But you have been going out trying to get clout to everybody that you can also, when this situation could have been easily resolved when he tried to reach out to you behind the scenes. Clear as day, all right? Now, you want to raise capital funds to have an attorney put on retainer to investigate the matter at hand to protect you from the legal moves of this predominant vindictive man. Sounds like to me that once he said he was going to press charges on you for hitting him, all of a sudden now you want to raise a GoFundMe. The issue that you have, though, is you don't have the money that he probably does. That's the thing. Like, if you were going to do this, why did you wait until you heard that, oh, he's going to sue you? Now, all of a sudden you want to say, okay, well, I'm the victim. It's like we all saw what happened. And as unmasculine as I thought he behaved in that podcast, both of you had plenty of opportunities to just let's de-escalate it. But when you get alcohol and Negro juice popping, you can't tell nobody nothing. And then at the end of the day, both sides of the group want to act like they're unaccountable and they didn't have any actions. You clearly could have left. He clearly could have left. Okay. Now, you said your own income is at stake and my social and moral integrity is being questioned. I think that, I hate to say this, but you are our only fans. So enough about it. I'm not saying it about all people, but just, if that's the case, some people are going to look at that as having no integrity in the first place. Just going to be real. I'm not saying everybody. All right. And if anything, it's probably brought you more customers. If anything, it has brought you more clout than you've had ever before. All right. And you're being falsely and stereotypically viewed as hostile or violent. No, we are viewing you based on what you acted like. Both of y'all. If we really want to be real, we're looking at you based on what you did. It's almost like you don't believe what we said. No, we believe. And what I think honestly is this is just like a money grab. And there's some people guilty of that. In the black community, especially, I need to raise money for lawyer fees. Young Pharaoh. But this is something that I've seen before. Really what this is, it's a money grab and trying to monetize, and there's no lawsuit here at all. And if you don't have $5,000. But anyways, it's your boy, Shay Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Already appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell, check out the first comment at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I'm out.